It makes you ask the question, what the hell side are these people on? First off, what side are the media people on? Sheesh, this is getting worse and worse and worse by the day. I have to constantly ask this question. We have a number of incidents of them promoting Iranian propaganda, telling bad stories. Paul is not in a good mood today, folks. The camera wasn't working right. She had a sign out of Adobe. She is in a very salty mood. She was salty with her mom. I had to come in and rescue it. Her mom came in and told me about an ant problem up front. Paula's like, what do you want me to do about the ant problem? She was not very happy, so she's a little salty. But it's okay. It's okay. It's a family operation. First, getting back to the salty media. You like that segue? This is real, by the way. When I played this I love my wife. It's a joke. I know you're going to email me. This is the salty media, not as salty as Marlon was this morning. Erin Burnett, shockingly, Paula didn't believe me if this was real. Erin Burnett from CNN, Joe, in this video clip, claiming how she was over in Iran. I'm sure she was. No reason to believe she was lying. Amongst a death to America chanting crowd, Joe. But don't you worry, Armacost. They were really super nice to her. It's not a joke. Check this out.
I feel better. Yeah.
Check this out. It's crazy.
I will say I was in Tehran when they were chanting death to America once. I was at a rally. The people couldn't have been more friendly to me personally as an American. It sort of felt like a thing and a trope as opposed to anything that actually was seriously meant and considered. Well, I understand your point,
Aaron,
but having been there, my experience was
Aaron, your entire...
All right.
Now, one of the dumbest things I've ever heard said on television, again, begs the question, does it not? I hate that cliche. Why do I say it begs the question? I hate that cliche, but I still use it. It's like ingrained and tattooed on my cerebral cortex. It makes you ask the question, what the hell side are these people on? You're in a crowd of people chanting death to America. Some of them subject to a regime that has inflicted death on America. And your commentary is that, don't worry, Armacost, these people were super nice to me. So number one, good. The evidence that they mean death to America would probably be confirmed by the sad, tragic death of actual Americans at the hand of some of these lunatics.
Yeah.
Just
definitely
saying.
Negative.
You think?
Yeah. You think, yeah.
Question number 2, we ask Erin Burnett, did it ever occur to you, Erin, that you may have been getting played? That tyrannical, despotic, terrorist regimes like the Iranian mullahs, that they may have propaganda artists in the crowd understanding that American media people who have this constant need to trash America would be eager to scoop up hey, be very nice to them. You tell me you understand what I'm saying, audience.
Yeah, man.
Here's where we're going here.
Yes.
The Iranians are not stupid. They are gaslighting propaganda artists. Their sole goal is to take down and embarrass the American government and anybody who opposes them. You don't think it occurred to them that you have outlets like CNN that'll eagerly report their propaganda? Make sure you're really nice to that one.
Yeah, they always work them.
Every time. They're working the refs every time.
Yeah,
that never occurred to her. They were really nice to me. That wasn't it, of course. I was on Fox and Friends this morning, my regular Monday morning appearance, which I love doing. We had the incident we described last week where MSNBC put out over the air parroting Iranian propaganda on the air. No fact checking. They said, well, we've been told by the Iranians that 30 Americans were killed in this Iranian missile strike on the Iraqi base. It was not true, folks. It was Iranian propaganda. They fed to who? MSNBC? Well, why? Because they knew MSNBC would probably put it out, which they dutifully did, because MSNBC hates the president, and the fact that they could report casualties may reflect poorly on the president. They put it right on the air. Happened. Played the clip on the show. Not going to play it again. Then we had the Chris Matthews clip we played on the show last week from MSNBC. Soleimani, Joe, was revered like Elvis and Princess Di. Not my quote, his quote, not me. Yeah. I didn't say that. Chris Matthews from MSDNC. Soleimani was revered. It's like the death of Elvis, man. Elvis. Like Soleimani had a series of hits like Blue Suede Shoes and stuff. The guy was a terrorist, a mass murderer It gets worse. Here's an article at the Daily Caller. Be up at the show notes today. I had missed this one last week, unbelievably. Shame on me. If you want to get our show notes, go to Bongino.com/newsletter. Subscribe. I'll email you the show notes every day. CNN gives platform to spokeswoman for the 1979 U.S. Embassy hostage takers to push Iranian propaganda. Chuck Ross.
Holy
The great
crap.
Chuck Ross. Really happened, brother. Really happened. Christiane Amanpour on CNN had this woman on, forgive me if I'm saying the name wrong. Not intentional. Massime Ebdikar. She was the spokeswoman for the hostage takers who took our people hostage in Iran. And she was on CNN spouting propaganda. No worries, folks. Just an Iranian propaganda artist on a network that broadcasts in the United States, one of the three major cable news networks. Well, that's, maybe being generous to CNN, but you get the point. Spouting propaganda. No worries, folks.
Hadn't seen that one yet. No.
No, I missed that one too. A lot going on last week. And finally, we have CNN and other outlets, New York Times, Washington Post, and others, constantly parroting the line that the Iranian shoot down via their anti-missile system of the Ukrainian airliner in Iranian territory. Joe, it was an accident. It was just a mistake. Well, how do we know that?
Right.
Because the Iranians said so, Joe. Come on, stop asking stupid questions. The Iranians said it was a mistake, Joe. I mean, they said death to America, but Aaron Burnett said that doesn't matter either. They're really nice people. So they're just nice people that made a mistake and shot down an airliner and killed upwards of 170 plus people. But don't worry, it was just a mistake. I'm really fed up with the coverage of this, folks. I'm sorry. I am not an interventionist overseas by any stretch. If you listen to my show, you know that. But the killing of an ethnic cleansing, mass murdering terrorist was an unabashedly good thing.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.